All right, now we're back. Just had to answer somebody's message, man. I think it's funny. I'm not laughing. But thank you everybody for showing up. Hold on a second. I gotta hook up my steering wheel and pedals. So I might be driving in here. Maybe. Might be a possibility. Never can tell. People don't take me freaking serious. It's nice being a joke for people. But that's okay. No problem. No problem. Alright, got that hooked up. One thing that doesn't take long to do this, having done it forever and ever and ever. It takes a couple minutes to get it set up. Yeah, Arma supports pedals and joysticks and all that good stuff. Since you'll be doing flying and all that, if you have a joystick, real King James, you're back. I even bought She-Devil this, and I don't think she's ever played it. I don't know, maybe she has, but I did buy it for her. Alright, let me hook up my control, my USB in 1 second. Alright. We got that all hooked up. That all going. Lincoln. Oh, this, yeah, man. This is like the real deal, bro. This is the real thing. This is not even, yeah. Totally the real thing. Totally the real thing, man. So, that's all I can say. I'll even show you some shit here real quick. Yeah, that's a mod that you can play. Like a Halo one. Here, we'll just do this. Hold on. Hold on. Where's frickin' store at? There you go. No, I'm not born in 45. Now this is video from 2013 that you're watching too. This puts all that Battlefield fucking 1 and 5 and fucking Call of Duty and puts all that shit to shame, dude. Are you fucking kidding? This is like being a real... This company is the #1 developer of military training software in the world. They sell more military simulation training software to every fucking country for every branch of the service, man. You name it, this company, this is the gaming division. Yeah, Bohemian Interactive Simulation. Oh yeah, dude, they're the top of the food chain, man. You would need a whole shitload of PlayStation 4s. You would probably have to slave about 20 PlayStation 4s together to be able to run this thing. If then. Yeah, this thing's so high up the food chain, man. Put them all to shame, baby. This separates the boys from the men, man. Okay, wait till you see the next one here.
Since launching at the end of 2013, Arma 3's provided some unique and memorable gaming experiences to millions of players around the world. A combined arms military game for the PC with incredible scale, depth, and freedom, Arma 3 has a lot to offer its players. So, in celebration, we'd like to share just some of the things that we think makes our game special. Welcome to 33 Things About Arma 3. Let's kick off with some of the basics. The game features over 20 different playable vehicles, each modeled and configured in splendid detail. Plus, there's a selection of over 40 weapons to pick from. Most of these are also customizable with a variety of scopes and other attachments. One of Arma 3's 2 Mediterranean islands, Altis, sprawls across 270 square kilometers of terrain. As you might imagine, there's a lot to explore, with over 1.6 million manually placed objects and 730 kilometers of roads linking together 50 towns, villages, and cities. The Republic of Altis and Stratus is populated by 5 unique factions. That includes NATO and CSAT, alongside the local AAF, FYI guerrillas, and the civilian population too. Each has their own motives, characteristics, vehicles, and weaponry. If you find yourself pinned down, Arma 3's 15 different stances should help you get out of the line of fire, and of course return it. These stances help players to expose the smallest possible target to their enemy. Finding and holding good cover is more important than ever. Just take care to spot the difference between concealment and cover. Arma 3's ballistic penetration is affected by a wide variety of factors, such as weapon type and attachments, materials, caliber, and distance. In short, just because you're out of the line of sight doesn't mean you're out of danger. In Arma 3, sound travels at a realistic speed. You might see an explosion off in the distance before you actually hear it. You'll need to consider carefully how much weight you're carrying. Your choice of loadout greatly affects your stamina, which, in turn, has a knock-on effect on your ability to remain combat effective. You'll also find that weapons have distinctive characteristics. At close range, for example, it'll be much easier to handle an SMG than a sniper rifle, and a pistol lines up on target far quicker than an LMG. Our recent improvements to weapon handling mean that, in Arma 3 at least, bigger doesn't always mean better. Arma 3's real-time day-night cycle adds a lot of variation and challenge to the environment. Together with dynamic weather, a simple operation starting out on a sunny day can soon turn into something quite different. Plus, new effects like volumetric fog can completely change the complexion of any scenario. It can be easy to get lost on a massive island like Altus. With any luck, you've got your compass, but if you don't, the night sky features an accurate star map, which can be used to navigate. Watch out for the different kinds of wildlife on Altus and Stratus, ranging from goats to grass snakes, bunnies to butterflies, and even sharks and sea turtles in the surrounding waters. Speaking of water, Arma 3 is the first installment in our series to feature diving. Aside from using the SDV to move around faster, you also have access to a rifle. Based off an existing prototype that fires special supercavitating ammunition, underwater combat is a reality in Arma 3. Just watch out for its limited range. Going from the sea to the sky, veteran pilots might have noticed that Arma 3 uses volumetric cloud technology. This means you can hide above and dive right through them. Arma 3 accurately simulates FLIR thermal imaging, which means vehicles get warm and dead bodies get cold. Even the landscape temperature differs depending on the time of day. If you're completely new to Arma 3, we recommend you start off with Boot Camp. Recently introduced in a free update, it offers up a single-player tutorial campaign, Zeus multiplayer training, and virtual reality training topics. For the game masters among us, we deployed the free Arma 3 Zeus DLC back in April 2014. Looking down upon the battlefield from a bird's-eye perspective, game masters have the power to create and influence multiplayer scenarios on the fly. And Arma 3 content creators can also easily create and save single and multiplayer scenarios via the in-game scenario editor. Our editor is both simple and powerful. New users can set up a basic scenario in a matter of minutes. And it's also a great place just to play around in Arma 3's open sandbox. But for the more advanced creators among us, a library of over 1500 script commands can be put to use and help create some truly unique gameplay. Custom content is at the heart of Arma 3. You can easily share and download player-created scenarios and add-ons via the Arma 3 Steam Workshop. So far, around 10,000 scenarios and add-ons have been published, and that number continues to grow each day.
Man.
On top of that, last year Bohemia Interactive launched the Make Arma Not War content creation
and
contest
this was in
for Arma 3.
2015.
Here contestants stand a chance of winning
That
some
was 5
serious
years
cash
ago.
prizes, ranging from 20,000 to 200,000 euros. The results are expected to be announced early 2015. And of course, if you're not competing, it simply means there's going to be a whole bunch of splendid
RHS, Red
free
Hammer
content for you
Studios,
to
that
play.
one with their whole
Alright, let's get
mod
back into some more
program
specific
platform.
game details. Unlike many other shooters, in Arma 3 you can look around by holding the Alt key. Your character will turn his head in the direction you're pointing. This is because, in Arma 3, your character's entire body is simulated. You're not just a floating gunhead.
Yeah.
That also means you can switch between first and third person perspectives by using the default bindings, simply pressing enter on the numpad.
Right.
The game also supports head tracking software such as Trackia, which can, for example, completely change the experience of piloting a helicopter. If a tank detects that it's locked by a missile, it can deploy smokes. Aircraft can also deploy countermeasures in the form of flares. It's possible to configure custom clan insignia, which is visible on soldiers and vehicles. These insignia can also be useful in modes like Zeus. Recently, in a free platform update, we introduced the much-anticipated ability to fire a weapon from a vehicle as a passenger. In addition, we implemented sling loading of cargo for helicopters. And for the true rotorheads, we've added an optional advanced helicopter flight model. More updates, new features, and splendid refinements to the Arma 3 platform are on the way. While a sniper rifle can take down a soldier from more than 1,500 meters, there's a chance that an incoming bullet will hit your target's weapon and get deflected. So, watch out for that bullet drop. Let's talk a little bit more about Arma 3's multiplayer. We think that this is where the sandbox truly
As a
shines.
1,500 meter shot.
The game caters for massive all-out warfare with up to 100 players, depending on the scenario and server. Aside from the aforementioned Zeus multiplayer and our official Seize, Escape, and Support scenarios, there's an incredible variety of community-made game modes available. These can range from massive cooperative scenarios with dynamically created objectives, classics like Sector Control and CTI, survival game modes with and without zombies, role-playing servers, and much, much more besides. So as we approach the end of this
Play
list,
King of the
let's
Hill,
take a
you
look
play
at what
Pug,
lies ahead
Battle.
for Arma 3.
you know,
Of course, we'll continue to support the game
Battleground.
with updates,
This is where
and
it
we'll release
started.
Marksman DLC
Arma 2,
in the
Arma
first
3.
quarter of this year. After that, we'll
Or you
unveil
can go
more
play the
details
kiddie
about a
version.
major expansion for Arma 3, plus perhaps a few more unannounced surprises along the way. If you sign up to Arma 3's development branch on Steam, you can help us to test out new features. Here on Dev Branch, to the great credit of our hardworking teams, we release updates on an almost daily basis. More info is
And I can
available
show
on
you how to install the developer's
dev.arma3.com,
branch.
where you can also find
I already
frequent
did videos
updates
on
about
that.
our ongoing development. Okay, to round off, let's check out this great visualization of artillery flying the entire route from gun to designated target. Although this list only really begins to scratch the surface of what's on offer, we
So I
hope it
can
at least
paint
gives
a
you some
target,
idea of what
and
to
you
expect.
can shoot a 155
Of course, the
millimeter
best way to
howitzer
experience it all is by playing.
from 20
Head
kilometers
across to
away
arma3.com
and hit
to
the
find
fucking
out.
target that I'm painting with a laser designator.
Alright, that just about wraps up our look at 33 things about Arma 3. So thanks for watching, and a big thanks to our community too. With your help,
I
a lot's
told you,
changed
bro.
since Arma 3 launched.
I told
We hope
you,
you can
man.
look forward to even more splendid change this year.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
That's why I just said, man, you're like, you know, wait till it goes on sale. See, this Apex edition right here will eventually be that price right there. Okay? So don't buy it right now. So eventually where it says Arma 3 Apex, right? Eventually it'll be $23.79 because it always is. It always goes down. Always. Every 3 months. So don't buy it right now. No, I'm telling you, man, this is the top of the food chain. What you guys are doing, all that other crap is like bullshit. Alright, so when you're going to first launch the game, it has this desktop launcher, right? And if you're not going to do single player, which is click on play and then do virtual trainer and boot camp, I'll show you that real quick. Right, you click on this thing. And this is actually going to launch the game itself, the game front end. This is a server front end. This is where you can load up your mods and you can go and look for servers and just join from here, right? But if you're going to do single player, right, you're just new to the game and you're going to want to click on play first. Don't worry about this crap over here. Don't touch any of that yet. I do have videos on what to do, but there's really nothing you want to touch over there. For the most part, just leave that crap alone. But yeah, that's... Hey, oh shit, man. I left this closet open. Yeah, that's the whole point I was trying to make earlier. Is, you know, this game's a lot more sophisticated. A lot more sophisticated than all the other ones. All the other ones try to be like this. This has been... You got to remember, this game originally came out in 2001. Right? So that's 19 years ago. Okay, so if you're a single player and you first start up, you're going to come here. Then what you want to do is come here to tutorial, and you want to do your VR training, which is basically a VR world, but it's going to walk you through weapons and grenades and locking on targets and all that crazy crap. Probably lunch. Thanks. Then you're going to do boot camp next, right? And that has a whole tutorial campaign. And that's going to familiarize you with everything that you need to do to move around in the game. Okay? So those are the two things you want to do first. Then they have a virtual arsenal. Virtual arsenal is the same as what you're going to find on most multiplayer servers. Right? You're going to have this arsenal. And from here, based on what you have loaded up, there's certain ones that you'll be able to load up that the game is going to recognize, right? Like here's one that we use when we play Apex, right? We use this one right here, right? You know, the level of detail, yeah, is pretty damn good when it comes to these outfits and shit and weapons and the serial numbers on your weapons, all that. You know, it's like perfect detail. It's not like bullshit, like a lot of games that you guys are used to playing. We won't name any, right? But yeah, here You can, everything is real, man. Everything, right down to the nomenclature, the markings. Okay, so say you got this guy, right, but you don't want that scope, right? So you come over here to your rifle and look at, these are all the scopes that you can put on this rifle. I won't count them all, but I know there's quite a few here. So this is the first thing you're going to notice is Arma 3 actually has rails that you can fucking use. Right? But the virtual arsenal is good because when you join a multiplayer session, you can already have your loadouts saved. Right? So you can have a jungle, a desert, you can have an automatic rifleman, a grenader, an engineer, a pilot, whatever the fuck you want to play. This way you're not wasting time when you go on a server, because nobody wants to stand around waiting for somebody to do a fucking Ken and Barbie fashion fucking show, right? Because that's what's going to happen to you the first time you do this. If you don't do it over here first, you're going to be like, oh my God, look at this one and look at that one and look at this gun and look at that gun. And yeah, we all know we're going to do that, right? Everybody, you all know you're going to do that, right? You know that, I know that, we all know that, right? So let's not even go there and pretend that we're not going to do that, because we all know that's a lie. Right? Right? Same with the weapons, right? You're gonna go join a multiplayer server and you're gonna start flipping out because you have all these different variants of a frickin' gun that you can use, right? And then you're going to be like, oh my God, I got all these different guns, right? And you're going to be like going psycho crazy. So don't do that, man. Just come over here. And you can try everything too. You can go to a range and I'll have virtual people that you can shoot as far away as you want. Like I did sniper rifle, we were shooting 1,500 meters, right? So you can do all that crap here. Then you can save them, whatever you want. You can rename them and save them. This way when you join a server, you have all that shit done. Correct? Right? So we're all on the same page, right? Hundreds. You could save hundreds, man. Shitload. Like a shitload, man. Yeah, you could save a shitload of loadouts, man. I have like 50 of them. Because every time you join a different server, right? Every time you join a different server, it's going to recognize what that server has on it for mods. So right now this is short, but I may join a server I play on all the time, and this list will be huge because it recognizes all the different mods you have. Does that make sense? This is a vanilla game, so this is only going to recognize the vanilla loadouts that you have. But you can have hundreds. It's just a file. I mean, yeah. Okay, so you're going to do that. You're going to do your VR training. You're going to do your boot camp. You're going to go to Virtual Arsenal, and you're going to save all your shit. If you have any questions about the game, you click on Field Manual. And this literally goes right down the list of everything, right? Tells you everything. Premium content, your DLCs, right? Warlords update, Old Man DLC. I mean, every freaking question that you would have in the book, it's going to answer right here. Eden, how to use the Eden editor. That's your 3D editor that you can do. The Nexus update, right? Here's your boot camp. So it's going to have all the shit about boot camp and BR training and MP and Virtual Arsenal and Field. See, everything I'm just telling you. Action menu, doors, rearming, inventory, containers, slots, clothing, looting, So everything literally in the whole effing freaking game is here. Everything. If you have any questions, you just open up the freaking menu and it's here, man. It's all here. Tells you exactly what to do, how to press reload, the defaults. I mean, everything. Your fire modes, right? Zeroing scopes, weapons, because you got to zero your weapons here. So you can zero your weapon for ranging. And yeah, so everything is here. They don't leave anything out. They don't leave anything to chance. Now, single player, okay, you have this whole campaign mode, and it would behoove you to come over here and do all this. You start out here and you go through all these different missions here, right? And this is going to help you be a better soldier when you get into multiplayer. Now, originally, these were 50 missions, and then they shortened it down, and then they added these other ones that I haven't gone back and done yet. But originally I did the 50 way back a long time ago. Okay, so they have all those. Then what they have is showcases, right? Showcases show you all the different things you can do, from doing infantry missions, scuba missions, vehicle, helicopter, combined arms, commanding, nighttime support, tanks, armed assault, drones, gunship, NATO, CSAT, AFF, fixed wing, Zeus. That's where you control the whole battlefield and you put assets down for the good guys and the bad guys and change everything, just like you're running the whole shit. Sling loading, firing from vehicle, marksman, in-game, VTOLs, fighter, jet aircrafts, IDAP, laws of war, and tank destroyer. So you can go through all these and it'll teach you how to do all that shit. So when you do multiplayer, you'll know how to do all this different crap, right? You won't be freaking the fuck out. Right? So it's got all that. Whew. Challenges. Challenges are what they are. They're all these firing drills where you can go on here and you can go on a range and do a certain time course, and then you can compete against your friends. People on your friends list to see who has the best time. Right? So you have all these different firing drills that you can do. So this is like really fun because they're based on real world. Then they have time trials for the carts, time trials for your helicopter, IDAP, tanks. You can race around these little tanks that they have. So you got that whole bullshit going on, right? Scenarios are things that you download from the workshop, right? From the Steam workshop. These are all different maps and different things that you can load up, right? And right now there's over 20,000 single-player games, single-player missions that you can load up. See, these are the Steam ones right here. There's 20,000 of them that you can load up right now. So there's literally, not only do you have the whole game to play, but you got 20,000 missions. Right? So you got all this that you can load down from the store, from the workshop for free. See, you can come over here and do all these, right? So you got all that going on, right? Right? And this is where you get into the editor if you want to do your editor. Okay? So now, when you quit a multiplayer server, it's going to kick you to this screen here. And what you do is you say quit the game, and it's going to put us back to the launcher, right? Okay? With me so far? Now, all the mods that you guys download, right, are going to be held here. And you can have a shitload of mods. It depends on how big of a hard drive you got on your computer, right? So these are different. Every time you join a server, I have 202. It's going to want you to load up whatever that server is requiring to play on it. Most servers run the same stuff. A lot of them will run ACE, right? So you want to have ACE on there, right? For the most part. You're going to run CBA A3, right? All the cup ones, cup terrain, cup units, cup vehicle. You want to have these pre-downloaded because they're huge. They're like 8 gigs, 10 gigs. So you don't want to wait till you're getting ready to play and then have to download 50 fucking gigs of mods, right? So these are ones you want to put on ahead of the time, right? Then you want to come down here and put all the RHS ones on because RHS are super popular. Everybody does RHS, right? You want maybe NATO arms, but RHS for sure. And these are all on the Steam Workshop. RHS, see these? You want to put the RHS on there. Right? Those are the ones for sure, absolutely 100% you want to put on. Now, servers are broken down into your favorites, ones you played on, recent, friends. If people are playing right now, you click on this tab, it'll tell you if any of your friends are playing. Right? Well, it won't tell you who they are, it'll just tell you what server they're on, which is sort of bizarre. So you don't know which friend it is. Hold on, it might actually tell me, hold on. I don't think it does, which is sort of funny. But you can figure out who it is from going and looking at when you're on your over here. It'll tell you who's playing it right now over here in your library. When you come over here, it's telling you which ones your friends are playing right now. See, these are people that are playing right now. So you say, okay, well, Claus, I know he's an admin, so Claus and Beardley and this guy are playing, right? So that's why you would come over here, and then that would tell you, for sure, 2 of your friends are on those servers, right? Does that make sense? Now, the internet, you come out here, and it shows you all the games, right? Now, filters is important because it has a game style. Because Arma 3 has all these different, these are the official ones that you get with the game. Apex, Endgame, Escape, Warlords, and Zeus. And then you got Deathmatch Team, Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, Capture the Island, Combat Patrol, Co-op, Defend, Role-Playing, Siege, Sector Control, Support, King of the Hill, Survival, Vanguard. King of the Hill is the same as Pug. Those are grouped together. Survival are player versus environment, player versus player. Role-Playing is your Arma Life. So there's all these different variants that you can play, right? And I usually do co-op, so I do that. BattleEye, you want to have that. That's an anti-cheat program. All right, hide full servers, no password. Monitorize means they want money for some bullshit reason. And max ping, you never want to play over 175, ever, ever, ever. Right? So that's the filters I use, right? And it'll basically go from the lowest ping to the highest ping. That makes sense? Go. Now, I don't think I played on this one before, but they're running an Insurgency, Takistan. You click on more details, and it's going to tell you what they're running. See, they got the cup loaded, RHS, right? So what you do is say, you don't have to worry about the missing platform, but you're going to set up the mods. So what it's going to do, it's going to load all these. Remember, CBA A3, a couple of the cups, this enhanced movement. If you were not to have it, it would download it automatically for you. So we're going to do this. We're going to load up this one, join this server. Takistan's pretty cool because it's all the high mountains, right? Takistan, next to Afghanistan and all that. Okay. Oh, you'll fill that sucker up. The base game for Arma 3 is 110 gigs. Just the base Arma 3 itself. The Arma 3 Apex is 110 gigs. Just to let you know. Without all the mods. So you'll easily run up to 400 gigs. Just with this game and the mods. All right, so we got that all rocking, right? So it's loading up the game right now. You know, and again, it does support steering wheels, and it supports, you know, joysticks, and, you know, all the Tobii eye tracking, and, you know, VR. I mean, there's so much shit you can do with all your peripherals. So if you're into the flight sticks and all that stuff, the Thrustmasters, all the CH Pro, all that, oh yeah, it works with all that shit. So you'll be happy. If you want to be a real pilot and like to fly, this is what you want to do. Okay, so what happens is you join the server, right? And you have to pick what you're going to do when you join the server, okay? Now, most of the time, right, these guys are obviously running on the same server. I can see this already. Because their ping times are right on top of each other. I mean, they're not running the server. I mean, I'm closer to the server. I got 34. You can do Blue 4 is all these, right? You got all your squads, and normally I pick an engineer. You don't have to be in the same squad. This guy wants to be a sniper scout. That's cool. You can do this if they don't have it locked on the server, which is Op 4. That's a bad guy. And then I can go kill these guys. Does that make sense? So we'll see if it's going to let me do this, because lots of times they don't have it. Oh, see. So you can go into a player versus player environment and then be a bad guy, and it turns into player versus player. And if these guys aren't smart enough to know what I'm doing, they'll just think I joined, right? They won't realize I'm an Op4 unless they open up the map and see I got a little fucking red icon next to player. So lots of times I can do this and I can sit back and we'll see if we can snipe these guys from a couple hundred meters, a couple thousand meters out. Because they won't know I'm there, but I'll show you how you can tell where they're at on an insurgency map. And we'll go over there and see if we can F them up. So we'll see how good they are. They might be good. They might be able to figure out where I'm at. But lots of times... Yeah, see? See, it's been turned off.